Hello, it's me James, and welcome back to another episode of Simply Survival. So in today's episode, we are making a super awesome XP farm. The thing is pretty simple to build as well. Again, before we jump any further into today's video, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Again, if you're liking the content I'm producing, smash that like button. If you want information regarding realms, the best place to get me is on the Discord. However, failing to have Discord, you can always add me on the Twitter or the InstaJam, and I'll be happy to get back to you there. So, now that that is all out of the way, so the other day we made a super awesome 0-tick kelp farm, and this thing produces so much, so I thought, why not put this to good use, okay? We're never ever going to use the amount of kelp that I'm producing at the moment, so I thought, yeah, let's put this to good use and make ourselves an XP farm. This thing is super OP, guys. Again, the items you are going to need are simply half a stack of glass. You're going to need 12 blocks of choice. You're going to need 2 buckets of water. You're also going to need a sticky piston, a normal piston, 3 redstone torches, 1 redstone repeater, 4 pieces of redstone dust. You're going to need a little bit of fuel to fuel your smoker. You're also going to need about 6 chests. Also, 4 hoppers, obviously a smoker, a half slab, some kelp to get this thing started, and a lever. So, okay, first thing is first, we need to place some solid blocks down. Again, it doesn't need to be any specific block. I'm just using white concrete because it looks super nice. Again, you want to place 1 on the floor like so, 2 on top like that, and then 2 behind. And you can also go ahead and remove this block as it is a holder block. Thinking about it now, actually, I need to move this, sorry about that, I need to move this a little bit further forward, just purely for the fact that I've made this room the exact size I need this farm to be, so I'm going to move this a little bit further forward. That should be perfect. So once you've got this little shape, we can then get our solid blocks out once again, place 1 there and place 1 there, and this is going to be the formation of our redstone clock when we come to do that. So once you've done this, basically what you need to go and do is put another solid block diagonally from that block just there, and also grab our half slab, and we're going to go ahead and put our half slab on the top, just there like so. Okay, so that should be our first step fully complete. We still need to place a few more solid blocks, but we're also going to need our redstone torches. So what I would do here is, actually, because I'm up against the wall, it doesn't matter if you're up against the wall, place a solid block there, and like I said, we're going to need our redstone torches. We need to basically make the current go in an upwards direction, so we're just going to make a little torch tower, and we'll place a torch on top of that block with another block on top, and then we want to place another torch, if I can jump up and get it, there we go, and finally another block just there, and that is step 2 complete. Right, so from here, what you can do is go and place a block next to that top block like so, and that is where our normal piston is going to go. So we can go ahead and actually place that piston there right now. We can also grab our sticky piston as well right after, and we just want to place that piston there. Super easy, super simple. Again, get our sticky piston and place it on that block just there. In addition to this, I have forgot something. I am so sorry, guys. Please, no hate. I have literally forgot the sand. However, fortunately enough, I've got some sand stacked up somewhere. At least I think I have. Oh, God, please tell me I've got... There we go. So, we've got some sand in here. You are going to need 3 pieces of sand for this build. Again, I am so sorry. I did not realise. Well, I did realise. It just completely, went over my head. So, again, I do apologise. So, from here, what we're going to actually go ahead and do is start our redstone. We can put a piece of sand there first, and we're going to start our redstone clock, okay? So, let's grab torches, our repeater, and our lever, and redstone. We're going to need all of these to make our clock. And first things first, you want to go ahead and put a torch underneath that block just there. We can then go place our repeater. Boom. Like so, and then we can go ahead and place some redstone on there and there, both of those. That is going to activate that piece of sand piston, the sticky piston with the piece of sand on it, should I say. And we can also go ahead and turn that off just by putting a lever on the front. So from here, we're actually going to need to place the other pieces of sand. Now we've already placed one, so we can get our other two, and we want to place 2 pieces of sand on the neck of that piston. Place a couple of solid blocks behind just to keep that safe. And again, I'm going to remove this piece of sand because we do not need that there. Right, so one more thing that you do need to do, like up the top of the farm, is actually link this piston up with a couple pieces of redstone. Just make sure, if you use sand like I did, just make sure you remove the extra piece of sand. Okay, so we're nearly there now. Basically, we're going to start sorting out our chest system. Now, this is where it starts changing a little bit, guys. Normally, you'd have the chest on both of these 2 blocks on the front. But instead of doing this, for this XP farm, we're going to actually place them this side. So it's overhanging it there. And that will give us a nice amount of room to add some more hoppers and stuff like that. So make sure you add your chest that side and not on the 2 solid blocks. From there, you can then go and place your hopper in the back. If I can actually manage to do it, this seems to be very difficult. There we go, we got there in the end. So, yeah, as soon as you've done that, basically what we're going to do is we're going to start sealing this up with glass. And we can obviously add our kelp and water as well. And I'll show you exactly what you need to do to add that. In regards to the glass, you just want to place a couple pieces next to that piston. Also place a piece under the piston. And then, obviously, on the neck of that piston, place a couple of pieces. And then bring 3 more down so it aligns with the hopper, and then do the exact same on the other side. We need this glass all the way down, obviously, so we don't have any spillage. Again, we do not like spillage on this channel. Spillage is a big bad, so make sure you've got this whole thing sealed up, because we really don't want no spillage. So, we do need to come on the top of this build for the next bit. We want to go ahead and put 3 pieces of glass on the back. Again, you only actually need 1 on top of the piston, but I'm just going to put 3 just to be double safe. And then in regards to our water, we can put 1 source block on that piece of sand, and then 1 source block above that piston. You don't want to put it in the piston, you want to put it above that piston, and then we can go ahead and place our kelp. So from here, we just want to grab the rest of our glass and simply seal this up. This is going to prevent any of the kelp falling out of our water, and also making sure our water doesn't go anywhere, which is exactly what we need to achieve. So basically now this is going to start producing kelp. So we need to actually make this like cook the kelp. So to do that, we're going to place a hopper just there. We're going to actually have to dig a few blocks out underneath. I actually didn't account for these blocks that I need to dig out, but it's not a massive problem. You just want to dig 2 down. You might not have to dig down. You might have like an open area here anyway, so that won't be a massive problem. Place a double chest, and then we need to get another hopper going into that double chest. On top of that hopper, we want to put a smoker so we can actually smoke our kelp, and we are getting there now. All we need to do is add another hopper on the side of that smoker with a chest on top, and this is simply going to fuel our hopper, our smoker, sorry, which is going to cook our kelp, which is super awesome. Again, you can go ahead and throw your fuel into that chest. So we are pretty much there when it comes to this build. So what we need to do now is how we're going to set this up so this actually starts storing XP. We do need to wait until we have quite a few stacks already smelted. Now I'll explain this a little bit better, but when we turn this on, obviously the top hopper will get full, the chest will get full, the hopper above the smoker will get full, and basically it will start cooking, and we need to basically fill up at least a couple of rows in this double chest at the bottom, and we also need to make sure that the hopper underneath the smoker is filled with cooked kelp, should I say. So what I'm gonna do, you don't have to do this, okay, but I think this is probably the best way to go about it. I know I did basically I have actually done a video on this calling it a glitch, but it's not a glitch. I was wrong. Again, people can get things wrong. Literally a lot of the comments were saying yeah, this is not a glitch, it stores the XP. So what we're going to do here is just place some holder blocks in the chest, and basically this is going to cut down the time we've got to wait, because if we was waiting for that one smoker to actually fill up that chest with cooked kelp or dried kelp or whatever you want to call it, yeah, it's going to take an incredibly long time, so I definitely use some holder blocks. Okay, so another important thing that you should know, this farm is going to produce way too much kelp, okay? This is the smallest farm you can go for as far as kelp. This one also works with bamboo and cactus, so you might want to think about either using bamboo or cactus, but what I'm going to do is simply just keep on top of it by removing a couple of rows of kelp and just transferring them into a chest or a shocker box that I've got on the side, purely for the fact we do not need this much kelp. Again, you don't really want to build a farm bigger than this, or you're going to produce way too much kelp. Like I said, this one single piston pushing farm produces so much. It's only been about 10 minutes and we've got about a full double chest full of kelp. This thing is on its own, just the kelp farm is crazy powerful. And the main reason you want to keep on top of this kelp farm, because you are going to get bits of kelp build up on top of that hopper, and if you get enough pieces of kelp build up on top of it, you are going to experience some lag. So definitely worth keeping on top of it in regards to that situation. So we are about ready now. Again, I'm just going to do a little more explain. I'm going to turn this off right about now, and as you can see, we've got a hell of a lot of kelp. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to kill myself because I've already got 17, I can't even speak. We've already got 17 levels, and for some reason I spawned at my natural spawn spot of the world. Have no idea how that works, but yeah, that's what happened. So we're going to go all the way back to our machine now, and we're going to check that all the all the placeholders are full of dried kelp. Now I'm going to show you once again what we actually need filling with the dried kelp to get this to actually start. Well, to get this, like, the fastest way to actually start able to use it. So when we finally get down there, here we go. Right, so we'll have our kelp farm as shown here, and again we're gonna have loads of kelp, too much kelp to like handle really. So in the smoker, we want to make sure that the smoker has a stack ready and waiting in there for us to pull this out, okay? In this hopper, we also want that hopper full of dried kelp. And as you can see, what I'm going to do now, so we don't have to wait as long, is I'm simply going to fill this double chest with just some normal kelp, just to put in as an additional holder block, okay? So I definitely choose to do that because it's going to take you a lot less time than it would to wait. Okay, so, like I said, to make this a lot less time, like waiting time, you want to make sure that you've got a full row of kelp there, maybe more if you can wait that long. That hopper needs to be full, and also this smoker needs to be full with dried kelp. Again, obviously, we've not got a full smoker of dried kelp yet, so we're just going to turn the machine off, and we are going to wait till we've got a full smoker of dried kelp, and as if by magic, we have now got a full smoker of dried kelp. So now is going to be the time where you want to start pulling this kelp out, okay? So I've gone and got myself some normal kelp just to fill this up because the lever actually turns off the hopper next to it. Again, you can have a little mess around, change the design, maybe you can make it a little bit more efficient. However, this is still going to work in regards to giving you loads of XP. I just pulled that out and we got 7 XP from just some kelp, literally. And then we just got another 4 levels just from pulling one out. And the way you want to do this, like I'm doing now, is pull one out after another. So you just wait here and then pull one after another, and basically because the smoker is actually stored the XP, you're actually going to get the XP from the existing stacks that you've already got. So it's a really good way to actually gain loads of XP. You can make this fully automatic as big as you want. However, you're going to want to siphon it into one smoker because only that smoker will hold your XP, if you know what I mean. If you have like 4 of these, you only each one of them will store its own XP, so they won't go into the same one, if that makes sense. So you do want to either make a couple of these next to each other but not link them up, if that makes sense. I mean, you'd only have to build one of these kelp farms to get it to work, but like I said, once it is working, and you could have another smoker next to it, but the smokers on their own individually are going to save the XP, so they're not going to get combined or anything like that, just to make it clear. So I've been doing this for about 2-3 minutes and already I'm on level 37. It's definitely one of the quickest ways I know to get XP, and if you haven't tried this in your world, you definitely need it. I mean, look at that, we're nearly on level 40 already. So as far as XP farms go, this is definitely the safest, and like I say, it's really quite powerful. I mean, we got to level 40 literally pretty much in the blink of an eye. It didn't take that long. I know I've waited a lot longer for 40 levels than that. So that is literally the end of the video. Again, I do hope this contraption helps you in your world, in your survival worlds, that is. Again, if you've got any suggestions for videos, make sure you hit me up on any of the social media. But the best place to get me is definitely the Discord or the Instagram. I'm pretty active on Instagram as well. I want to say a massive thank you to everyone who's been supporting my channel at the minute. We just hit 24,000 subscribers yesterday, so my dream is definitely continuing. That is literally it for today. I will catch you on the next one.